Welcome back, guys, to our weekly round of Go Battle League shorts. Again, we have this up for everybody that isn't able to catch the shorts throughout the week and then they want to just catch it all in one video. If you enjoyed this content, please feel free to hit a like, subscribe, and do all the other socials on all the other social media platforms this is uploaded to. And hit the notification bell to stay updated on when we drop new content. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and enjoy the compilation video. League team, they have Talonflame, as well as Walrein and Umbreon. So, you know, they have the most cliche Ultra League picks that you can ever think of. And we're using like a spice pick team to take them down. Spoiler alert, we win. Anyway, Umbreon comes in. I'm going to spam Dragon Claw here. And then we're going to keep doing Dragon Claws until Draudicon goes down, and then they're going to follow up with a foul play. I'm going to bring in Shadow Scissor. They're going to realize that I have them beat, and then they forfeit. It's going to be our same triple Shadow team that I've been using. Sorry, guys, for the same team, but it's just, I have too much fun with it. I'm sorry. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and go for the Acid Spray here. It's an unfavorable matchup, so I'm going to let go of the Muck because I didn't want to get locked into a bad matchup. The Hypno is going to go for the Thunder Punch, and then we're going to go ahead and bite it down. In comes Eradicate. We're going to go ahead and go for a Hyper Fang right after we shield this one. So that goes through. I'm going to go for my Hyper Fang, and then after that, we're going to go ahead and bring in Shadow Victory Bell. Farm down as much as we can. In comes the Sand Slash, so I just thought, well, I guess I might as well try to sacrifice. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going on with the Razor Leaf, fire off an Acid Spray, and then let Victory Bell go down, and then there's the Ice Punch. So now that it's -2, we're going to have Eradicate come in and try to bite it down before we can get another Ice Punch off. That succeeds. And then now it's just the Eradicate left. We bite it down and we win. We're going to go ahead and have a Pidgeot standoff. We're going to do our little Gust Spam shenanigans and then follow that up with them going for the Feather Dance first. I'm going to follow that through with a Brave Bird, switch over to the Hypno, and then take out the Pidgeot with a Confusion. After that, we go straight for an Ice Punch onto the Hypno because we wanted to try and bait a shield. Jokes on me for not going for Shadow Ball, but what can you do? Anyway, we're going to go ahead and follow it up with a Shadow Ball this time, and then they shield that one. Go figure that they reverse the shields that I want them to not shield, but hey, that's GBL. Like, good read on them. And they go for the Ice Punch, bring in a Nidoqueen. I go for the Ice Punch, let Hypno go down. In comes the Pidgeot. I have it soak up the Poison Fang, and then now it's just Ammonite left, doing its Ammonite things. We have a farm down with the Mud Shot, and then we'll fire off a Brine onto the Hypno, followed up with a Rock Blast, and then Shadow Hypno closes this like a champ. It's going to be a funny little win that we got here. Well, I mean, funny in my eyes. It's up to you. Troll me in the comments if you didn't like it. Anyway, we're going to go for Poison Jab Spam and then go for an Acid Spray 1. Just see if we can ramp up some extra damage and then do a straight up farm down. They're going to follow that up by going for Surf. We're going to just shield the first one, then try to let the rest ride through. Alright, we farm up towards our next Acid Spray. There we go. Connects, and then after that, I think this is where they're going to switch out because they're at -4. So there we go, in comes Gliscor, and then here comes the funny part. We set up an Acid Spray, switch over to Beware, and then spam Shadow Claw all the way up to a Payback, and then we let it rip. There we go, we take out the Gliscor, and then they realize that they messed up, and then they forfeit. This is going to be a hilarious setup for Eradicate cleaning up at the end. So Muck's going to charge up towards a Dark Pulse, and I'm going to go for the Dark Pulse because I kind of noticed that people were just letting it go, were shielding just because they think, oh crap, it's Muck. I bring in Victory Bell, they bring in Pidgeot, I fire off a Leaf Blade, put Pidgeot in the yellow, and then after that Muck's going to come in, try to eat this Feather Dance, but it was actually Braver, so down I went. Eradicate comes in, bites Pidgeot the rest of the way down, and then after that we have Snorlax. I was anticipating them trying to switch to catch, so we're going to take a Body Slam here, and then we're just going to keep biting, and then here comes the Nidoqueen. They get a Poison Fang. We're -1 in defense, but since Snorlax has Lick, it's going to barely do any damage anyway. So we get to the Crunch, and then after that, so we're going to bite the rest of the way down, and Eradicate wins with just bite damage. We're just going to go ahead and leave with a Muck versus a Snorlax. This is the triple Shadow team that I've been using. Alright, anyway, they're going to spam Lick. I'm going to spam Poison Jab. They're going to follow that up with a Body Slam. It's going to go ahead and connect, and then I'm going to follow up with a acid spray. That goes through. I'm going to go ahead and farm down as much as I can, and then shield here because I want to try to win the lead. We get both Pokemon taken out, so now I'm just like, okay, I gotta pick right, otherwise we lose. And I picked right. It was Victreebel versus Golduck. They switched to Lapras. I just go ahead and follow up with a Raised Leaf Blade, and then switch over to Eradicate, farm down with Bite, and then possibly let this Surf. No, we go ahead and shield because we might have anticipated a Skull Bash and then had that backfire. So we connect there with a second Surf after shielding the first one. Bite down, go for the farm. Going to go ahead and win this battle without using any shields with a triple Shadow team. Anyway, it's a Shadow Cantonian Muck going up against Alolan Eradicate. We farm up towards the Acid Spray, fire that off, and they shield it. Hooray. And then after that, they're going to switch to Hypno, so we're just going to go ahead and go over to our Alolan Eradicate and do the Bite down, fight down. They go for the Fire Punch. I just keep biting. Down goes the Hypno. And then we're going to follow that up with a Wigglytuff entering. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Hyper Fang. That takes out half its health. We're going to get Charmed down. And then in comes the Muck. We farm down with our Poison Jab. And then fire off another Acid Spray. Will it connect? Yes. So then after that, we're going to go ahead and switch over to Victreebel. Farm down for the win. It's going to be Muck versus Machamp for the lead. With this one, it's going to be kind of a race to the finish. They're going to go for a Cross Chop, and then we go ahead and shield it. And then after that, we're going to take another Cross Chop. This one we don't shield. We follow up with an Acid Spray and then go for another one. Try to see if we can farm down with Poison Jab, and that was successful. Next up, we get taken out by the Swampert on the switch in. In comes the... We pulled out Meganium. They followed it up with Scissor Swapping, so I brought in Beware. And then they were going to go for a charge move. I think it was Night Slash, so we went for a Drain Punch, and then we're going to go for another Drain Punch here just to see if we can tank it. And Beware goes down, so in comes Meganium. We're going to go ahead and shield this X-Scissor. It's going to be Meganium closing this out. Shining, by the way, if I might add. Earthquake takes it out. They're going to go ahead and spam Earthquake here, and then I'm going to follow it up with a Frenzy Plant for the win. It's going to be Muck leading against a Milotic. We are going to be having a Beware in the back because Ultra League Beware is going to be funny to pull off. Anyway, we're going to go for the Acid Spray here, thinking that they're going to shield. They don't, and then we're just going to keep piercing away at a -2 defense Milotic. They go for the Surf. I keep spamming Poison Jab. Going to go for another Acid Spray here. They're most likely not going to shield, but hey, that's fine. There we go. Oh, they do shield. Look at that. That's cool. Alright, so we're just going to have to go ahead and use ours. They use Surf. We protect our Muck. And then after that, they bring in the Gliscor, so we're just going to go ahead and follow that up with an Acid Spray onto the Gliscor and swap out. In comes Beware, and then this is the part where we laugh because they're anticipating Superpower, but we're going to go for Payback, and then boom, knocks it out. And then after that, they bring in Milotic and throw. Marowite leading against a Medicham. We're going to go for the Fire Spin Spam, but then they also bring in Altaria. I am anticipating that they don't think I have Ice Beam, so I just go ahead and go for it. I mean, it's the only move that I can use anyway because they both have the same energy rates. Anyway, I go for the Ice Beam, take out the Altaria. In comes a Medicham. Medicham goes for the Ice Punch. I charge up towards a Shadow Ball. Are they going to shield it? Not even. They're just going to take the Shadow Ball. So anyway, down goes to Noctowl, and this is where the team's going to be having to, like, crawl for it. Because Noctowl pretty much counters everything on my team, so I just have to chip this thing down one move at a time. I bring in the Shadow Glade, charged with Confusion Spam. Go for the Leaf Blade. And then they're going to shield that. They have no shields. I have 2. Oh, wait. No, never mind. I won with like 1 shield. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Bone here. And then that should do it. That's a win. It's going to be Marowite going up against a Lanoon. It's going to kind of be a slow trickle start because they're going to use Shadow Claw and Thunder. I'm going to use Fire Spin and Bone Club because obviously I don't want to use Shadow Bone against a Lanoon. Anyway, there's the first Bone Club. And then we go for the second, third, yada yada. They're going to take me out with their second Thunder. Down goes Marowak, in comes the Gallade. We're going to get some extra farm downs, and then in comes the Sceptile. I'm going to go for Leaf Blade because we're anticipating them to shield it, and then they do. So they're going to follow up with their Leaf Blade. I'm going to keep going for the Leaf Blades because it's going to be the harder hitting one. I don't want to take any stat drops. And then in comes the Gastrodon. We're going to go ahead and tank this Earth Power that was fully charged up. I'm going to follow it up with an Ice Beam. There we go. They shield the Ice Beam, and then now they're going to follow it up with a Body Slam. I barely survived that, and then now it's just down to one more Ice Beam to seal it for the win. It's going to be the Retro Cup with a shiny Marowite leading against a Galvantula. They had the disadvantage, so they switch out. And then in comes the Jellicent. We're going to let them fire off a couple Bubble Beams before I possibly switch out here. Nope, I just went for the one. Anyway, my Jellicent comes in. I predict Shadow Ball. I was correct, so we shielded one there, and then we're going to go for a Shadow Ball of our own. They shield, and then now here we're predicting a Shadow Ball, but it's just a Bubble Beam. That sucks to be me because I shielded a Bubble Beam. What a noob I am. Anyway, we fire that off, and then in comes the Galvantula. We try to get one more Shadow Ball in before we go down here. We are successful, and then they're going to go ahead and go for a Discharge. I bring in the Glalie. In comes Galarian Slowbro. We go for a Leaf Blade here. It's going to get resisted, but still does a nice chunk of damage. We try to farm down, but we weren't successful. We go down, and then Marowak is going to lose, and then